Hello mga kawamat. In this video lesson, we will discuss business and consumer loans. Before that, okay, we're going to answer first this activity. So what you're going to do is to determine the following situation if it is a loan or not a loan. For number one, Juan borrowed 50,000 from the bank to start a small computer shop. Number two, Juan's parents give him 2,000 pesos for school supplies and he doesn't have to pay it back. Number three, Pedro applied for a housing loan to buy a new home for his family. Number four, Leo deposits 1,000 pesos in the bank to save for summer. Number five, Maria borrows 5,000 pesos from the school's cooperative to buy a laptop and agrees to pay it back in 5 months within interest. So what do you think for number one? That is a loan. Kasi nanghiram siya ng pera to start a small computer shop. So it's a loan. Next, number two. That is not a loan, no? Kasi yung parents yung nagbigay sa kanya ng pera. Number three, yes. So, number three is a loan kasi siya ay nanghiram ng pera para sa pagpapagawa ng or to buy a new home. Number four also is not a loan. And number five, yes, number five is a loan. So, nanghiram siya sa school co-op to buy a new laptop and pag, sa agreement, ibabalik niya within 5 months with the interest. So, dun sa 1, 2, and 3, no? Sa 1, 3, and 5, so ibig sabihin yan, if you borrow it and must return it, it's a loan. But if you don't have to return it, it's not a loan. So, bigay yun, no? So, dito sa tatlo natin, so you're going to identify which of it is an example of business or consumer loan. So sa tatlo na example ng loan. So identify natin kung saan dyan yung business or consumer loan. So number one, since yung goal niya, kaya siya nangutang is to start a small computer shop. So this is a business loan. So number two, para sa kanyang pamilya, no, yung pag-utang niya, so that is a consumer loan. Same with number three, kasi para sa pagbili ng laptop para sa sarili niya, so this is still consumer loan. So ang pagkakaiba ng business and consumer loan, so pag sinabi natin business loan, this is a money borrowed by a business or entrepreneur to fund business activities such as buying equipment or inventory, expanding the business, covering operating expenses. Okay, while for consumer loan, so sa consumer loan naman, it's a money borrowed by an individual, so not a business, for personal use such as buying a car, paying for education, and home improvements or emergencies. So yan ang pagkakaiba ng business loan and consumer loans. So meron tayong mga terminologies bago tayo mag-proceed, no, to solve problems involving business and consumer loans. So kailangan muna natin ma-unlock itong mga iba't ibang terms. So yung term of loan is the time to pay the entire loan. The amortization method, so the method of paying a loan, or that's the principal and interest, on installment basis, usually of equal amounts at regular intervals. Mortgage, a loan secured by a collateral that the borrower is obliged to pay at specified terms. Outstanding balance, any remaining debt at a specified time. So, so what is the characteristics of business loan and consumer loans? So, in terms of purpose, sa business loans, it's borrowed mainly to start, maintain, or expand a business. So, for example, for the capital of a new business, equipment, raw materials, while in consumer loans, so again, it's a borrowed for personal or household use, like buying a house, car, appliances, or paying for education. So, pagdating naman in repayment terms, dito sa business loans, often flexible but can be long-term or monthly or quarterly payments depending on the business income. Pero dito sa consumer loans, typically fixed with monthly installment over a set period. So, what are the requirements? Sa business loan, usually required business plans, financial records, collateral, and good credit history. But in consumer loans, generally, so ang hingi lang sa'yo kung kaya mo, may kakayanan ka, no, na magbayad. So it's simpler than business loans. So may only required proof of income, employment, and credit history. So like for example, kukuha ka ng appliances, kukuha ka ng bagong cellphone, okay, ng laptop. So kailangan mo lang ng proof of income. For interest rates in business loans can be lower than consumer loans because they're often secured and intended to generate income. But in consumer loans, often higher than business loans, especially if unsecured. So since repayment depends on personal income rather than business profit. So what are the formulas na gagamitin natin in this topic? So for the future value, we will use the formula P multiplied by 1 plus R over M raised to MT. So and F is the future value, P is the principal amount, T is the term or time in years, R is the rate of interest per year. So monthly amortization, we will use this formula. R is equal to P multiplied by R over M all over 1 minus the quantity of 1 plus R over M raised to negative M times T. So yung R is the regular payment, no? M is the frequency of conversion and I is R over M. Okay, pwede natin isulat dito as I na lang or R over M. So that's the interest rate per period. And N, so that N is the product of M times T or the term of loan. So for the mortgage amount, so how are we going to compute that? The total price minus the down payment. Down payment, total amount times the down payment rate. Total interest, total amount paid minus the amount of the mortgage. Total amount amortization times the term of loan. For outstanding balance, we will use this formula. R, that's the regular payment, multiplied to 1 minus the quantity of 1 plus R over M, raised to negative the quantity of M times T minus K, all over R over M. So yung K dito is the number of payments made. So for example, Miss Reyes borrowed 500,000 no, from a local bank to expand her sari-sari store. The effective annual interest is 8%. So the loan is to be repaid in full after 1 year. How much does she have to pay after 1 year? So we'll use again the SMART method. So step 1, specify the required quantity or you need to identify what the problem is asking for. Since tinatanong no, yung value of the loan after 1 year, so the future value. Step 2, you need to mention the given values or you can list all the given data. So ano ba yung mga given natin? So yung principal value natin is 500,000 pesos and yung rate natin is 0.08. So yung M natin, okay, so that will be 1 kasi annual. Okay, so annual siya. So yung M natin is 1. And T is also after 1 year, so yung T natin is 1. Next, step 3, apply the correct formula or you choose the appropriate formula based on what is required. Since future value ang tinatanong dito, we will use the formula for finding the future value. So, isa-substitute lang natin. In step 4, you are going to run the computation or you substitute the given values into the formula and solve step by step. So, from the formula, isa-substitute lang natin. Yung P is 500,000 multiplied by 1 plus, yung R natin is 0.08 over 1 raised to 1. So, using your calculator class, ang makukuha nyo dyan is 540,000 pesos. So, step 5, you tell the final answer. So, ibig sabihin, for varying 500,000 pesos, Miss Reyes pays an extra 40,000 as interest, so the bank receives 540,000 in total after 1 year. Another example, Mr. Cruz borrowed 900,000 pesos to buy a delivery van for his small business. If his monthly payment is 20,000 pesos on a 4-year chattel mortgage, so find the total amount of interest he will pay. So, ang tinatanong is the amount of interest. Okay? So, on the purchase van. So, step number 2, you're going to mention the given values. So, ano yung mga given natin? Yung P natin is 900,000. So, yung monthly payment is 20,000 and the term or period is 4 years. So, step 3, apply the correct formula. So, to get the total interest, that is the total amount paid minus the principal, where the total amount paid is equal to monthly payment times 12 months per year, no? Times number of years. So, paano yan? Una, kunin muna natin yung total amount paid. Okay? So, yun muna una natin kukunin. So, yung 20,000, okay, yung monthly payment niya na 20,000 times 12, since 12 months per year, no? Times ilang taon? Apat. So, 20,000 times 12 times 4, the answer is 960,000. So, para makuha natin yung total interest, ima-minus natin sa 960,000 doon sa principal na 900,000. So, 960,000 minus 900,000. So, the total interest is 60,000 pesos. Ibig sabihin, for step 5, the total amount of interest Mr. Cruz will pay for his delivery van is 60,000 pesos. Example number 3, if a house is sold for 3 million and the bank requires 20% down payment, find the amount of the mortgage. So, una, ano tinatanong? Amount of the mortgage. Then, next, okay, the given values. So, the total price of the house is 3 million and the down payment is 20% of the total price. So, step 3, ano yung mga gagamitin natin formula? Since ang kinukuha natin is the amount of the mortgage, so kunin natin yung mortgage amount by using this formula, total price minus down payment. And then yung down payment naman, that is the total price times the down payment rate, which is 20%. That will be, it requires 20%. So, check natin later. So the down payment will be 3 million times 20, 0.20. This is the 20% down payment, no? So, ilan yung down payment niya? 600,000 ang kailangan. 600,000 pesos, no? Ang kailangan niya i-down. So, para makuha natin yung mortgage amount, so the total price, which is 3 million, minus the 600,000, so the mortgage amount is 2,400,000. So, ibig sabihin, the mortgage amount is 2,400,000 pesos. Example number 4. A consumer loan worth 80,000 is to be repaid in 12 months at 8% convertible monthly. So, how much is the monthly payment? So, tinatanong is the monthly payment. So, ibig sabihin yung R, no? Hinahanap dito. So, P is the 80,000. Ang R natin dito is 0.08. M is 12 kasi convertible monthly. And yung T natin or the period, term or period is 1 year. So, ang gagamitin natin formula ito, yung kukunin natin yung regular payment. So, substitution ang gagawin sa step 4, 80,000 multiplied to 0.08 over 12 all over 1 minus 1 plus 0.08 over 12 raised to negative 12. Kasi 12 times 1 is 12. Kasi may negative ka dito, so ang exponent mo ay negative 12. Using your scientific calculator, what is the answer? So, ang makuha nyo dapat dyan is 6,959.07. So, the monthly payment is 6,959.07. Okay, this is the last example. How much is the outstanding balance? After the 12 payment, if Mrs. Se, okay, borrowed some money from a bank that offers an interest rate of 12% compounded monthly. So his monthly amortization for 5 years is 11,122.22. So ang tinatanong dito is the monthly amortization or the outstanding balance, no? Okay, tinatanong yung outstanding balance after 12 payment. So yung regular payment is 11,122.22. Yung rate natin is 0.12. Ang M natin is 12 kasi monthly, compounded monthly. And T natin is 5 years. Ang K natin is 12 kasi bi-monthly, no? So, outstanding 12 payment. So, yung 12 payment. Yung after the 12 payment, yun yung K. So, ang formula na gagamitin natin is yung kunin natin yung outstanding balance. So, substitution lang ang gagawin. So, 11,122.22 multiplied to 1 minus. So, paano yung ayos nito, ganun din yung isi-set up sa scientific calculator nyo para tama yung makuha natin sagot. So, 1 plus 0.12 over 12 raised to, so ito, 60 minus 12, that is 48. So, ang exponent niya ay negative 48 na lang, no? All over 0.12 over 12. So, ang makuha nyo dapat sagot is 422,354.73. So, that will be the outstanding balance, no? Again, ang makukuha nyo dapat na sagot is 422,354.73. So, sana na sundan nyo how to compute and how to answer problems about business and consumer loans.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button para updated kayo for more video tutorial. This is your guide in learning your math lesson, your Wow Math channel.